Good morning, groovy citizens, and happy Winning Wednesday to each and every one of you.
Phone book update failed.
Thank you. Today is going to be a great day. Today is going to be a great day. Why, you ask? Well, because I said so, number one. And I believe in claiming things as though they already are. And so I am claiming that today is going to be a great day for all of us. No matter what happens, no matter what somebody says, what somebody does, what they don't do, what they don't say, it is going to be a great day. You've got to claim it and then believe it and act like it already is. So it's Wednesday, you guys, and you know what that means. It's the middle of the week. So that means 2 more work days and the weekend is here. Okay? So I am hoping and praying that your week so far has been going along great. As always, my weeks are busy, but they are always great nonetheless. So we're going to jump right on in to today's topic so that I can go get some nourishment, because this sister girl is hungry. And today I'm going to be talking about how to control your emotions for a happier life. And again, I'm back to using Stoic principles. And so I cannot wait to jump into these 10 secrets, Stoic secrets, that can help you control your emotions. Number 1, ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? I want you to really think about that. Whenever life gets busy, whenever it gets hectic, whenever somebody or something gets on your nerves, I want you to ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? If it's not going to matter, then I don't want you to spend time worrying about it, stressing over it, none of that. Let it go. Let it go, because it's a temporary issue. Now, if it's going to matter in 5 years, like you're purchasing a home or a vehicle or something of that nature, then yes, I want you to not worry about it, but handle it. But if it's not going to matter in 5 years, honey, don't you get yourself all worked up over something that's not even going to matter probably next week. Number 2, see obstacles as opportunities. Now, I don't know about you, and people oftentimes will ask me, how can you always see the good in everything? And it's because there's always some good in everything. It doesn't matter what's going on, there's always some good in everything that happens. So keeping that in mind, I want you to always see obstacles as opportunities. How many times have you all been driving down the road and there was a detour sign, and so instead of going straight like you normally do, you had to veer off to the right or to the left? And having gone to the right or to the left, you found some place that you didn't even know was right in your own backyard, so to speak. So always see obstacles as opportunities. If you are at a crossroads in your job, maybe you're just not happy, and your supervisor's making life difficult for you, and you say, look, this is it. I'm done. I'm out. I'm taking my talents and I'm taking them somewhere else. Use the obstacle, which is your supervisor, as an opportunity to push you to find something else. Because see, staying where you are, you're not going anywhere in that position. Where you are right now is where you're going to be when you decide to retire and or leave anyway. So use that obstacle as an opportunity for you to say, I'm going to take my talents and my gifts and I'm going to go someplace else where I can grow. Number 3, understand what's in your control. Again, we spend way too much time worrying about and fighting over things that are not in our control. I can't control how you think. I cannot control how you feel. I can't control how you think and or feel about me. So why am I going to sit and spend time worrying about it? I'm not. Because there's nothing I can do about it anyway. Nothing that I say and or do is going to make you think any differently. So why am I stressing again about something that I can't change? We all have got to get to a place where we stop worrying about things that we cannot control. I only want to focus on, and it's just like, let me say this before I forget this thought. It's just like people want to focus on changing the world. And yes, I think it is important to do that. I really do. However, you've got to start in your own house, because that's what you have some control over. So if you raise your kids right and you teach them right from wrong, and you ride their backs about doing good in school and not hanging out with the wrong element, and I'm just going to leave it at that, that's where it starts. If everybody started in their own homes, then when our children go out into the world, 9 times out of 10, they're going to take that teaching and upbringing with them as they go out into the world. But no, we always want to jump out. When I say we, I mean people collectively want to jump out and change the world. How about starting in your own backyard? Starting in your own neighborhood. That's a great place to start. But again, it's about understanding what you can control. You cannot control, you might be able to troll, but you cannot control your significant other's thoughts and all that kind of good stuff. So I wouldn't stress over it. If it's something that God wants you to know about, He will let you know. So you don't have to worry about whether or not your significant other is creeping around, talking to someone else, entertaining someone else. I wouldn't worry about any of that. Pray about it and ask God to show you what it is that you need to know. Because guess what? At the end of the day, whether they are or aren't, it's out of your control. There's nothing you can do. You can be the best person in the world and still get cheated on. Number 4, practice gratitude. This is something that I do every single day. Every single day. I practice gratitude. Now, I may not always have time in the mornings to write in my gratitude journal, but you best believe that I'm going to write in my gratitude journal. And even when I can't get to writing it down in my journal, if you watched my Catch Up With Me video on yesterday, I showed you a new gratitude journal that I purchased. And I decided I'm not going to start writing in that one until I finish the one that I'm already working in. But I digress. But I do take every opportunity to practice gratitude. And I take the time to say, Lord, I thank you. See, because I understand that God didn't have to do it. He didn't have to let it turn out in my favor or your favor, but He did. So the least we can do is say, God, I thank you. Lord, I thank you for what you've allowed me to be able to take on. I'm thankful for what you have blessed me with, but I'm also thankful and grateful for the things that you didn't allow me to have to deal with. Because if we only knew the things that were coming for us, and God blocked it and said, stop it right there. Mess not with my anointed, okay? And if you only knew those things that were coming for you, that God kept back, honey, I'm trying to tell you, I think most of us would be balled up in the corner somewhere crying. So take the time to show God, to tell God, but also to show Him that you are grateful. Number 5, practice dispassion, which is having a calm state of mind. This is why every now and then it's nice, several times during the course of the day, it's nice to just get into a quiet place where you can just sit quietly, close your eyes, practice some breathing exercises, and just calm your mind. One of the things that I have learned since finding that I am prone to having seizures is that it's brought on when the left frontal lobe of my brain is not connecting with the right. And again, instead of them syncing up and working together, they're doing this and working against each other. The left side gets to be a little more overpowering than the right. So this is why I personally have to make sure I'm taking time throughout the day to just calm myself. When the day gets a little hectic, as it sometimes does, or I should say quite oftentimes it will, I've got to just center myself where I get quiet. Sometimes I will play my Native American flute music, or I have another another calming, relaxing CD or whatever you call it I've downloaded to my phone through my, through my Amazon Music, my Amazon Music app. And I listen to that, where I just get quiet. I sit in a quiet place. It doesn't even matter. You can sit in your car if you want to. You can sit at your desk if you can. Sit in your living room, sit in your kitchen. You can even go in the bathroom and sit on the toilet if you want to. Whatever it is, take 5 minutes where you just allow your mind to just calm down. I always pray first, and I say, all right, Lord. Then I'm getting worked up because I have this to do, that to do, and the other. So I need you to help me calm myself. And that's when I just get quiet. I'm listening to my soothing music, and I'm just breathing, and I'm not allowing my mind to think about anything. I'm not thinking about anything or anybody. At that moment, I'm just relaxing myself, and you'd be surprised at how much better you feel. And you can do that throughout the day. But I want you to practice having a calm state of mind. Number 6, keep a Stoic journal. And essentially what that is you're just keeping a journal, and where you're just writing things down. It doesn't have to be negative things. It doesn't have to be positive things. Actually, it can be a combination of both. But you're just writing down your thoughts and your ideas. And you'd be surprised when you get to the end of the week and you go back and look in that journal, you would be surprised at all of the great ideas that you have come up with. You'd be surprised at all of the opportunities that you were given to thank God for whatever it is. You'd be surprised at how often you're able to be a blessing to other people. Keep that journal. And I promise you, you're going to learn things about yourself that you didn't even know. Number 7, embrace impermanence, which is lasting only for a limited period of time. When you think about life lasts only for a limited period of time, meaning that we won't live forever. Just like the dinosaurs did not live forever. Everything that is born will someday die. So embrace that. And when I say embrace it, I mean embrace it such that it will make you appreciate life much better than you already do. If you stop and think about, Lord, you know what? Nothing is permanent. Nothing is permanent. It will make you truly appreciate what you have. It will make you appreciate the time that you have to spend with family, with friends. It'll make you appreciate the job that you have. Or, I think another area that we sometimes forget to do this is with our children, because they're little and they're, you can hold them and feed them and change them and all of that. And then one day, it seems like out of the blue, you look around and they're grown adults with their own lives, their own family, and all that other good stuff. So I just want to really encourage you to embrace the fact that everything is here for a limited time only. And that shouldn't make you sad, because I don't want you to do that, but I just want you to just, embrace that, and then really appreciate what you have and live life to the fullest. Number 8, cultivate self-discipline. That's pretty self-explanatory. You've got to have self-discipline when it comes to your relationships, to your finances. Come on now. To your goals, to your dreams, because if not, you will just be all over the place. And you'll find that when you get to the latter part of your life, you'll find that you've done a lot of things, but you never really finished anything because you just were all over the place. Or your mind was so scattered that you did not get a chance to do the things that you really wanted to do because you didn't take the time to have discipline in your life when it came to being the best that you can be at whatever it is that you choose to do. Okay. Number 9, engage in constant practice. So you should always be practicing something. It doesn't matter if it's time management, practicing how to be a better person, how to be a better Christian, how to live a more Christ-like life, how to be a blessing to others. I mean, the list can go on and on and on, but you should constantly be practicing. I don't know about you, but I'm always practicing. I'm always practicing every time I do another video, every time I do another motivational moment, every time I record another podcast, I am practicing. You get better at what you do through practice. You can't do something once or twice and think, okay, I've arrived, I've mastered it, because you haven't. You always have to be practicing. And I promise you will thank me later for doing that. And number 10, reflect before reacting. I can just honestly say that I am a work in progress. And I practice this every single day, where I try to reflect on things before I react. Because I don't want to be the Michelle that I used to be. And when I say that, I've always been a nice person, don't get me wrong. But a part of me was one that when somebody said or did something that I didn't like, honey, I'd react just like this. And you might find yourself getting cussed out. And I just don't want to be that person, because it's just draining. It is very, very draining. And so now I am learning to reflect before reacting. And here's the reality. A lot of people are in jail right now because they reacted before they reflected. Meaning that something happened, they did something that caused them to end up going to jail. And if they had reflected first and said, all right, Lord, if I react this way, what is that going to do for me? Is somebody going to get hurt? Is somebody going to get killed? Am I going to end up behind bars? So you've got to think about things before you go reacting, okay? I promise you'll thank me for that one. So by integrating these Stoic lessons into your daily life, you can gain better control over your emotions, leading to a more balanced and peaceful existence. And I don't know about you, but that's what I want. I want balance and I want peace in my life. That's why I stay away from certain people and certain things, because I need peace in my life. I don't need anything that's going to have me acting out of character. I don't need anything that's going to have me living a life where there's always stress, because I cannot deal with that. I truly cannot deal with that. That is just too much for me to have to deal with. So by using the principles, and they'll be in the description box that I just shared with you, I promise you your life will be so much better. And you'll find that if you are currently taking blood pressure medication, you'll find that your blood pressure will probably even drop. Why? Because you are practicing this whole lifestyle where you're more at peace, and you don't and you reflect before you react. Okay, so that's something to look forward to as well. Having said that, you guys, that's it. That is all I have. Hopefully something I said resonates with you and helps you to control your emotions so that you can live a much happier life. Because I can say this, I can promise you something. If you come across somebody who's always angry, who's always mean, who's always nasty, who's always stressed, I can promise you they're not living a happy life. They may put on a smile every now and then, but I can promise you they're not really living a happy life, because there's no way in the world that you can be living a happy life and you're always stressed out. You're always worrying. You're always angry and shouting and just being ugly inside and out. There's no way you're living a happy life. So use some of these Stoic principles that I've shared with you and watch how your life will change for the better. And there may be some that you know of that I did not mention, and that's all right too. Put them into practice, because the key here is to live a much happier life, and do that from now until such time that God calls you home. Live a happy life, so when you get to the end of your life, you can say, you know what, Lord, I had a happy life. I did some great things. I met some wonderful people. And not, Lord, I live my life stressed out and always uptight and worrying and all that other good stuff. I'm telling you, living a happy life is what we all should be shooting for, as well as controlling our emotions. Because keep this in mind, and I promise I'm going to let you be. When it comes to controlling your emotions, always remember that when somebody says something or somebody does something that doesn't sit well with you, and you pop off and respond, after the fact, you stop and you think about it and you go, oh God, I can't believe I said that. You did. And the problem with that is once you say it, you can't take it back. You cannot take it back. So that's why I also want to encourage you to control your emotions. Because what you don't ever want to do is have to go through life worrying about something that you said and or did in the moment because you were frustrated. So reflect on it before you react. Now, having said that, I'm going to bid you all good day. Go out there, have a wonderful, awesome, winning Wednesday. And enjoy the middle of the week, because 2 more days, y'all, and the weekend will be here. If you're new to watching my videos, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to tap the bell so you don't miss any new videos that I put out. I do car conversations every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. So make sure you come back on Friday for another motivational moment with me. If this is not your first rodeo, I want to say welcome back. I miss you when I don't get a chance to see you. Listen, you guys, go out there, have an amazing day on purpose. Have an awesome and amazing day as you control your emotions so that you can have a happier life. I love you all to the moon and back. You know the drill, and you definitely know the spill. There's nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, that you can ever do about it, because I'm always going to love you. I'm always going to be here to encourage you, to motivate you, because that is what allows me to live a happier life. Being able to speak life into each and every one of you. Love you all. We'll talk again on Friday.